Hey guys, Mr. Attack Eagle Boy here, aka James. About time I did my gear bag video, and I have a new stick that I've strung up for my brother, and it's just a Warrior Penetrator, one that I snapped actually. The mesh actually came out of my old stick. Quite happy with it. He played with it on Saturday, so quite happy with it. He loves it. Just because of the regulations we have here of 2 inches with the strings, I've just had to cut off his throwing strings to 2 inches max at the sidewalls after the knot, which is a pain in the ass. So here goes, here's my gear bag video. So I use a Warrior bag. Don't know the actual brand name, but here we go. These are my actual old pads, Warrior Millennium Pro Gear. These are actually a bit too small for me at the moment, but with full arm protection, I've actually stopped using these as they're bulky and too small. I've had these since I was in under 13, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. So that's them. This model actually had added sternum protection, but unfortunately when I bought these, they were second hand as is and didn't have the sternum protector with them, but due to use they're a bit frayed and tattered, but with the Viper sweat, so all the sweat feeds off into the material, but they're pretty good. I'd suggest them for a junior. I'm thinking about trading them with Weston from Colorado for a couple of things. Hopefully be sending him an email after I've actually uploaded this video. So they're those. Alright, so these are the shoulder pads I'm using at the moment. Not because of the actual shoulders, but because of sternum and chest protection. I've been hit a fair few times as a defender in my chest, just with a stray shot, so I'm actually borrowing these from a teammate. These are the STX choppers, nice and light, nice and thin. But what he's done is, how mine, they've got the bulky plastic at the shoulder here. He's cut them off and he's cut the arm tab off, so that's just something different that he's done. But he stopped using them and basically was just giving him to his son to play around with in the yard, but his son's not playing at the moment because he's a little too young. But that's them. Alright, now I go to my rib pads, which is a Brian Avalanche. Pretty good, but old. I picked these up from Cash Converters in Victoria for $5. Obviously, over here, Cash Converters do not know the pricing of lacrosse equipment, thank God. I gave my old ones, which were Brian as well, to my brother because they were a bit bigger and a bit too big for me, so I gave them to him. My arm pads, and yes, I am a defender, but I like the bulkiness and the protection that these give, even though they're now too small. They're Warrior again, the Exo Lite with the Viper technology inside as well. But give great protection. I've caught many of a slash across the elbow with these and love them. Haven't felt a thing. I don't know if you can see the scratches in them. Maybe just a bit. But yeah, they're the Warrior Exo Lite. One thing that I'm going to do with those old pads was try and trade with Western for the Polo Defender arm guards. They're smaller and lighter, give more flexibility in the arm, but I think I'm going to miss the actual hard shell around the elbow. But we'll see what we do. There's the other one. Now we go to my gloves. These are Shamrock Proflex. Love these gloves. Just because of the mesh palm and thumb, so your hands breathe easier, and yeah, flexibility are great. I was actually at training last month and came up against one of our better defenders and I was playing short pole. I actually broke my clasp on my right glove, but hey, that's replaceable or fixable. Why not? Repair on the fly. These gloves actually in the fingers and across the back of the hand and in the wrist have plastic for that added protection, but it's a high density foam in it, so even more protection. I love them. Just best gloves I've used personally, and I've had about 4 or 5 different gloves. Now we go to my Cascade. Now I can't remember exactly what model this is, but yes, I have decals on my helmet because when I was in Victoria I was playing for Altona Vikings, so hence the Viking. And I have attitude when I'm in the field. I have white line fever half the time. Stepping between the lines, and we're good. And we have the MLL sticker, so obviously this was an official helmet for MLL of what they used to use. Yellow or gold and silver. Padding. Not really ever felt checks to the head, except on Saturday and the game before. Copped a few slashes to the head, which unclipped my helmet, and you may see the dirt marks from the actual slashes and the scratches, and they're all from this season. This was an unscratched clean head before the helmet before the start of the season. All stickers were in perfect condition, so you can tell how many sticks I've copped to the head. Yet umpires have only called 2 in my favour over here. I think they're classifying a lot more slashes as a brush these days over here, which kind of sucks because it hurts like hell. Now, also in my bag I have a pair of just old ass shin pads, just because I like taking that rare centre face off, and if I do, I just chuck on a pair of a shin pad, or I might chuck on both, just because I know they like going happy in the centre. but half the time I don't even worry about them. Just for after the game, Staminade. I prefer Staminade to Powerade and Gatorade. Best thing ever, I think. Best buy. And these are only about $9 from Coles. And pretty decent expiry. I've had these for a couple of months now. This is before the season even started. I'm carrying my water bottle. Just an old piece of shit. Tape because, hey, I've actually been called for a stick check. Referees called it illegal, and my old man was a umpire for many years, many years, and he's always taught me to keep a tape measure in my bag. For that fact of the stick check. Now, they tried to deem my stick illegal, but over here a short pole can be between 40 and 42 inches, and mine are unmodified lengths, so they are the stock standard 42 inches. I carry tape, just first aid tape for my sticks. Haven't gotten around to doing any of my actual sticks yet. I only picked it up on Saturday. What else? Deodorant. I won't go into the brands. My other tape that I used to use, which was just automotive cloth tape, but unfortunately when it gets wet, and in the wet it slides up and down the pole, it doesn't stick to the pole. I carry my multi-tool because I do on sideline stick repairs a double-ended screwdriver. As I said, I do on sideline stick repairs for the team. Just for on the fly, and if after the game they need it replaced, I do that for them too. But on sideline repairs are free, but any modifications afterwards are at price. Also carry Goanna heat cream for any muscle injuries. I used to have a can of ice gel as well. Now I've got 4 minutes left of this video, so quickly, Warrior Penetrator, 6 diamond mesh, stock standard doubled up top string, standard 1U 2 straights. Down the side we have the tie off for top string, skip hole, tie off for sidewall skip, interlock next hole of mesh, skip a hole, interlock next hole of mesh, interlock with the next hole of mesh, then we go one with hole skip, and then an interlock and tie off, sorry, to tie, interlock to the tie. As I said, both the same, both sides. And I don't know if you guys see the bottom. Yep. Bottom, basic bottom string. Front view, the penetrator. Side view, back, and channel. This has actually been sitting in my bag, so the pocket's shrunk, but pocket is legal. I actually have a bowl here, and it has a decent pocket. There's a fair bit sitting up, but once it's worked a bit more, as I've only just strung it Friday, and he's only used it for about 5 minutes in the game on Saturday, so it still has breaking in to do. Taken a couple of nice checks, or made a couple of nice checks, which I'm loving for him. He loves this stick, I love this stick. If he wasn't happy with it, I was going to buy it from him, even though I bought it for him originally. I will hopefully be doing a few more videos. Once I do this video, I may do a video on my dad's goalie that he strung. It's the Nemesis. So I may do a quick video on that. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like my videos. I'll talk to you later. Bye.